Hi, and welcome to what is the 10th and last episode of Project 100. It's been a wild year or so, not just from a runner perspective, but also trying out video content creation for the first time has definitely been a challenge. To those that have stuck around since the beginning, thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed the journey as much as I have. Anyway, let's take a look at some training, or rather lack of it, in the weeks leading up to Equinox 24. As shown in the previous episode, I ended August with a pretty decent 55km ultramarathon in Castleton Peak District. Unfortunately, in the days following this effort, my right knee and left ankle felt particularly weak, and so I decided not to push my luck and concentrate on cross training instead. I felt much better following this 10-day active rest period and fully returned to my training in week 11. As with my two other tapers this year, I felt quite anxious about the state of my fitness, especially as I missed all of week 10. However, I had no choice but to trust that my overall training plan will have worked. Hello, and welcome to the last weekend of this year's Project 100. I'm here at Beaver, just outside of Grantham in the stunning countryside. As you can see, the castle is right behind me, surrounded by beautiful countryside, and it promises to be a really good weekend. The sun's finally come out. The weather's not looking too great at the moment. We've got thunderstorms planned at some point tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Either way, it's going to be an eventful weekend. We've got tons of people, as you can see, starting to set up, and yeah, the atmosphere is definitely building up. There's quite a few races on tomorrow. There's a kids race in the morning, a daytime 10k, a nighttime 10k, teams racing and solo racing. So what can I say really? It's been a long 9 months of building up to this moment, and I'm going to enjoy it. Race number collected, finisher's t-shirt collected. Well, hopefully I'll finish the event. So all that's left to do now is to enjoy this beautiful evening and perhaps have a beer or two. The annual tradition at Equinox 24 is the Friday night beer run. The task was quite simple: down a pint of beer and then run the 1.4km loop around the campsite. Easier said than done though.
5, 4, 3, don't cheat, 2, 1, chug the beer! Let's go, people! Let's go!
Come on, Sasha, we're winning it! You're gonna win it! Oh, I'm sick of it! So oh, I thought it was that fast.
The beer run was short and fun, and I woke up in the morning eager to get my race nutrition organised. For this 24-hour effort, I had a good mixture of solid and liquid food, ranging from very sweet gels to salty miso broths and hummus wraps. The plan was to hit at least 90 grams of carbs per hour, through 2 snacks per 10km lap and solid food in between. Since I was consuming a lot more solid food on this run than usual due to the protein and fats that I'd need for the 24 hours, it also meant my estimated calorie intake jumped to a massive 11,400 calories, an amount that frankly I was a bit worried about. In the end, I managed a solid 9,200 calories over 24 hours, with an average of 80 grams of carbs per hour, an amount that I've been used to consuming in my races throughout the year. Equinox 24 is finally here. 9 months of training have led to this moment, and I'm very anxious but also very excited to see what I'm capable of. As you can see, there's tons of people, 1,300 people to be exact. There's daytime 10k, teams and solo members. So it promises to be a very exciting start to the day, and we'll see what will happen over the next 24 hours.
Okay, join him then. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go get it! Get in there! Enjoy your running! Enjoy your day! You've worked hard for this! Some of you are laughing at that comment.
And stop. One mile down, 99 to go. So my plan today is to split the race into 4 marathons with decreasing pace after each marathon. So the first marathon is about 6 minutes per kilometre pace, give or take. Whether I'll stick to it, that's another story. Going a bit faster at the moment, and the sun is quite strong, so we'll need to slow down.
My initial racing strategy was to split the race into 40-kilometre chunks. Although my realistic target was around 100 miles or 160 kilometres, I decided to pace myself as if I was going for 20 laps or 200 kilometres. In my mind, if things went very wrong in the morning or throughout the night, at least I would have built up enough advantage to drag myself past that 100-mile mark by lunchtime on Sunday.
So, although my pace is slightly faster than 6 minutes per kilometre, I'm accounting for the 2 big hills that we've got. So we've got not that hill, and then we've got that hill. Both of them are about 60 meters in elevation gain. So obviously I anticipate to walk up them, not run them. So that's why I'm running a bit faster, especially on this first lap, just to see where I am. Guys. Cheers. Time for my first gel. I've got 18 of this brand. We'll see how sick I get of them by the end. My plan is to eat every 20 minutes or so, and then obviously back at the camp where I'll have some solid food as well. In terms of pacing again, I'm going to try and stay in zone 1 as much as possible. So that's below 140 BPM for me. Obviously when I start walking a bit later, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's more now when obviously the adrenaline is up and the sun's out, it's easy to get carried away and speed off.
Well done, guys. Well done, lads. Well done, guys.
So that's the first hill done. Got one more left. Pace is alright at the moment. I think I'll get the bang on 60 minutes to the start line, so I'm pretty happy with that.
For my first 4 laps, I ended up running everything apart from that hill, which turned out to be a spicy 15% gradient.
That's why you get podium medal and we don't.
Just re-entered the camping arena, which means I've only got less than a kilometre to go. Gonna finish this 10k in about 57 minutes, so slightly faster. But obviously that gives me a little bit of room to slow down and just enjoy this. It's been really good so far, tons of support. I've met loads of other runners, met some other vloggers, and I even fell over. So let's see what the next 23 hours bring. Hey guys, just checking in here from the 4th lap. That's now complete as according to my plan, 4 hours 30. So I'm on track. I decided to ditch my GoPro after the first lap because it meant I had to carry my vest, which was just unnecessary weight. So I'm just going to be checking in every so often, a few laps, So yeah, it was really sunny and hot. I ran according to my plan, but I think that was a bad idea because I started feeling really dehydrated on the last lap. So I've just started to drink a litre of fluid instead of 0.7, and yeah, just gonna take it easier from now on. I was supposed to be doing 65-minute 10k laps now, but I'm gonna stick to 75, and hopefully if I do 4 of those I will get to halfway point by about 10 p.m, and then from there, if I want to play it safe and get to 100 miles, then I'll just have to stick to 1 hour 45-minute 10Ks, which is, I think, manageable. So yeah, ultras are like this then. You've got to adapt and make sure that any problems you find solutions to. So for example, with dehydration, I've just had loads of salt just to try and get rid of the confusion that I've been feeling, and hopefully I'll feel better soon, and I'll update you soon. Hi, it's me again, checking in from the halfway point. So I've done 50 miles in 9 hours 40 minutes, really pleased with that. I think most of the hard work is done now, and the plan for now is to just walk most of the way and maybe run 2 or 3 miles on the hard time mark. But I've got 14 hours to do the next 80 kilometers, so pretty happy with that. Just that freedom that I've got now. So yeah, gonna stick to about 1 hour 30 per lap, 10-minute break, and then keep going, and hopefully I should get to 17 laps. Feeling pretty decent. I've changed my clothes again, had some hot food, and probably gonna stick some music on and just try and last the night for now. It's just gone past 1 in the morning and I've done my 10 laps, so that's 100k done and ticked off. Really happy with that. It's been a really eventful night, so there's been lightning strikes, a couple of showers, so I'm pretty soaked, but I'm keeping in good spirits. I've been walking and running to music for a few hours, and yeah, 11 hours left, 60 kilometers left. Let's do this. Hi and welcome to my last lap of Equinox 24. I'm on my 16th lap, just past 150k mark, and as you can probably tell, I'm feeling really rough. It was a long night. I can't really remember what happened, but I passed the 100k mark at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I was just walking, like wandering. The hours just ticked by. It was really foggy. It was raining for about 3 hours straight. I started hallucinating, like falling into puddles, and it was so weird as well, and there was lightning everywhere, so that made an interesting backdrop to the Beaver Castle. But anyway, I dragged myself, and I finished 13th lap about 7 o'clock in the morning. I had a 20-minute nap, some coffee, some breakfast, and I've done 3 steady laps since then of 1 hour 40 per 10k, so I'm happy with that, and I'm just bringing it home now. I expect to finish about 1:45, so 24 hours 45, and I can't wait to get there. It's been a long night. What a trip, man. The last 24 hours have been such an emotional journey, so many ups and downs. I'll try and remember some. Like I said earlier, it just feels like a whole blur at the moment. But when it first got dark, I put my earphones in, had some cheesy music on, like Earth, Wind and Fire, September. So that was good. That gave me good energy. But then it like really rained for like 3 hours, and it was horrible. And then at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I ended up falling over in some mud really badly, and then about 2 minutes later I stubbed my toe really badly again, and I was worried it like peeled off my big toenail, but luckily it was okay. There was a part of me which wanted it to peel off, so I had an excuse to quit, obviously. And again, when it was lightning really bad, it was quite near actually, quite near us, and I thought, oh, maybe they'll cancel the race and I'll get to go to sleep at like 4 in the morning. But the universe had other plans for me, and here I am, about to finish my first 100 miler. There it is, the home straight. What a glamorous way to finish. Muddy and wet, just like the whole night. But I wouldn't change it for a thing. And I'm so happy I've completed my first 100 miler.
Alan is back. Well done, Alan. Alan's just clocked up 16 massive laps. Woo!
It's been 2 weeks since the end of Equinox 24 and ultimately the conclusion of my 9-month-long Project 100. How do I feel about this? Well, I'm not quite sure. Of course, I'm very proud and happy that I was able to complete the 24 hours. The conditions were tough and it was my first time doing such mileage. On the other hand, I am a little bit disappointed. I think I could have pushed myself a tiny bit more and started at 17th lap and surpassed the 100-mile mark. Still, it was a great learning experience and I raised nearly £750 for Action for Neurodiversity, which I'm very grateful for. What's next for me and this channel? Well, the hunger for more adventures and challenges is definitely there. The original plan was to take a month off from running in order to reset my physical and mental health. But to be honest, recovery's been going great and I'm going a bit crazy and restless at home, so I'm sure I'll hit the trails very soon. My plan for the next 12 months is as follows. My first major goal of the season is to complete the 100-mile race of Ultra Trail Snowdonia by UTMB in May. This is a technical race with plenty of scrambles and nearly 10,000 meters of elevation gain. In order to prepare for this, I'm going to spend the winter working on my speed as well as agility and strength. The next goal is the 120 km Julian Alps by UTMB race in Slovenia at the end of September. I visited Slovenia in the winter before and I was blown away by how beautiful and hospitable this country is, and so I'm very excited to come back. The main reason why I'm doing both of these races is, some of you may have figured it out already, but I hope to qualify for the 2026 UTMB finals in Chamonix, French Alps. For those of you that do not know, places for this race are allocated through a lottery system, and completion of the two races will offer me 8 running stones, also known as the tickets for this lottery. Apart from that, I plan to backpack the famous Wainwright coast-to-coast long-distance footpath at the start of June. This adventure has been on my radar for a long time, and next year the National Trails Organisation will officially open the route, so it's a perfect time for me to experience those trails. The hike starts on the west coast of England at St Bees, and crosses the Lake District, Yorkshire Dales and North York Moors National Parks before ending at Robin Hood's Bay on the east coast. As well as being a fantastic adventure, I'm confident this will be great training in between UTS and Julian Alps as it features 190 miles and 30,000 feet of elevation gain. In terms of content, I'm focusing on quality rather than quantity next year. So as well as documenting my major races at UTS and Julian Alps, I'll be doing a full-length film on the coast-to-coast backpack. But apart from that, in between, there'll be a few shorter videos, perhaps on trail running in Lake District, Snowdonia or even Poland. But more on that later. For now, thank you for joining me on this journey, whether it's been for 10 minutes or 10 episodes. Your support means a lot and I'll be back soon with a bigger and better 2025.